Well, hello, AJ.
We are back, Franklin.
I know, yeah. We tried to have a go last week, didn't we? But
and the week before.
Yeah, but we weren't successful. So we've come back this week, and probably out of all the weeks where we should have cancelled, this was the one because a lot has happened. We will talk about that later on the show.
Yeah.
But what's been happening with you in the week?
Right, well, I've had
You've
my
got a
haircut.
new haircut, yeah?
Yes, I have.
And what a lovely haircut it is.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. So I'm sporting, for all you masculine men out there, I'm sporting a short back and sides and a short top. So,
well, it's not really a short top, is it? That is not a classic short back and sides.
Well, no, because it's been growing for 3 weeks.
Mine's a short back and sides.
Yeah.
Not short back sides top.
In the same way that a potato is. Yeah, I get it.
You being baldest?
No, not at all. Not at all.
But so it's even got a tinge of. So you've obviously had it dyed a little bit.
I've had it streaked. Yeah,
streaked, is that the terminology?
It's the one that I use. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you do realise how damaging that is to your roots.
Yes.
But
it's not my first rodeo with hair dye. Probably won't be the last.
Well, I know that. Yeah.
But I'm doing absolutely fine.
But what I mean, listen, you suit it. There's no doubt about it. It's a fantastic haircut. But I'm just looking at the colour and saying, why?
Why not? Nothing wrong with it.
I'm just saying, why that particular colour?
I feel I've always had a blonde personality.
Right, so what's your natural colours?
Sort of a...
Grey?
No! I'm 32.
Listen, that's a
right.
James, 35, and he's got grey hair.
Well, that's 35.
In fact, listen, I have to whisper it because Frank's upstairs and I think he's got a little touch of grey hair and he's only 23. Kill me for saying that. But listen, I've not got a hair inside, so I'm not grey at all.
No, you do not.
No.
It's a sort of a darkish, dark brown.
Yeah.
It's a dark brown colour, but I've always thought, I quite like having a bit of a lighter complexion, so that was the reason for the streaks in there.
So roughly, we've had about 6 weeks off since the last podcast.
Yes,
maybe 7. I'm not too sure.
That's true.
And that's all you've done in that time?
No, it's not.
A haircut?
No, I've had a haircut. I've bought a car, broke the car, lost a car, hired a new car, and just got a headache over cars. So what has happened is...
She's still in a hire?
I'm still in a hire car, yeah. So for those of you who are sort of just catching up with the show, I bought a car in the middle of May. In the middle of June, the car broke down on the 30th day of me having had ownership of this car. The 30th day. All right, because I didn't let the dealer know on the 30th day, which was a Sunday, I have no capacity under the
Consumer Rights Act?
Consumer Rights Act of 2015 to reject the car, take it back and have my money back. So I took it to...
It's literally 30 days?
It was literally on the 30th day that it broke, but because I didn't let the dealer know that had happened until day 33, nothing I can do about that. So... I took it to my garage. They diagnosed that the whole clutch needs replacing and are going to charge me quite a lot of money for it because a whole clutch replacement, it's always necessary regardless of which bit of the clutch is broken. Now,
how much is that?
£1,600.
Wow.
Yes.
Which is probably more than worth the vehicle?
Not quite. No, I did pay quite a bit of money for the car. The car was about £8,000, give or take a few quid.
Crikey.
Yes.
My God.
I know.
Listen, we're not going to talk about names. We're not going to mention the garage because for
it's
legal reasons.
Very honourable garage that has diagnosed the issue. Very bad garage that sold me the car.
I've witnessed this before with family members that have purchased cars from, shall we say, backstreet dealers. Mm-hmm. And, I often feel as though they patch things up before they send them out.
Well,
there's a lot of people that know that within weeks. Yeah. They come back and they've got huge issues with cars.
Yeah, and that's exactly the case here. So there's issues with the clutch, the brakes, the heating and the seatbelt. Now, they've refused to acknowledge any of these. They say that we're lying, that we're being fraudulent, that the garage is being fraudulent, even though the garage has their own diagnostic. The AA has a diagnostic as well. Yeah. All right. They're still refusing to budge. They've also had the cheek to try and charge me £400 call-out fee for them to come from Peterborough, which is where they're based, to Wigan to collect the car and take it back. They want to charge me £400 for doing that.
And why did they want to take it back so they can have a look at it themselves?
Yes, they
Even
did.
though they're not going to honour the...
They're not now, no, because they looked at it and decided that there was nothing wrong with it. No. So
it's a difficult one to prove, I would imagine.
Yes and no. So I'm hopeful that actually through the AA, through my reputable garage, who spent quite a portion of time taking the car apart and having a look at it, and then also I'm going to get an independent assessor to go and have a look at it as well. That's another £250 cost to me. Hopefully, if it does go to small claims court, that will be a very decisive factor in it. Meanwhile, they've sent me their own diagnostic coming from a garage that is registered on Company's House but not to the same address that's on the invoice, and a phone number that is non-contactable, just going straight to voicemail. No website, no Facebook page, nothing. So there's a lot of evidence against them, but in the meantime, I've had to pay £300 a week for an enterprise rent-a-car because I work in social services. I need to have a car. It's part of my contract.
£300 a week? How are you managing that?
The car is towards the end of the second week, and I'll have to take it back, and then we'll be without a car completely. Crazy. So if anyone's got an old banger that's kind of sitting on their driveway while their student children are at university or something like that, do please get in touch. Now, I know that we have a lot of japery around this, but I really am looking for a short-term solution to a long-term problem. If anyone's got any ideas anywhere that has a car just sitting around, please do get in touch with the show.
We certainly don't want any dissatisfied husbands that are trying to palm off their old baggers.
No, but you'd be doing me an enormous favour. And, if you want to talk about rental, costs, we can talk about that as well. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind, please do get in touch.
Did you speak to Jay?
I did, yeah. So he gave.
Oh, yeah.
So Jay Hawkes sort of directed me to a local company within Burscough, but it's cheaper to go to Enterprise, and Enterprise is closer to me. We don't have a car at all, so I'd have to get a bus to Burscough, which it's not far, but it's easier to get one to Wigan. That was why I ended up going there in the end. But £300 a week, I can't manage it, and that was the cheapest end of the scale. Yeah.
So what's likely to happen now in the sort of interim? You're going to fight this. If you're successful, great. Yeah. If you're not, what are you going to do next?
So if I'm not successful, I'll have to pay them £400 to get my car back, because the element is that they won't give me my car back. They have my car, they have all the money that I spent on that car, and they're asking for £400 more before they release the car to me, because they believe that my garage's diagnostic is fraudulent.
So, is the clutch being replaced then, yeah?
No, it hasn't. No.
So you've had work done on it, but...
No, I've had a diagnostic carried out,
right,
and they've quoted me £1,600 for the work, but because the dealership are saying there's nothing wrong with the car, and the car is still over in Peterborough, and they won't give me the car back until I've paid them £400 in collection fees, I can't have my car back.
Oh,
yeah. So that's kind of the difficulty that I'm in right now. So I have to pay another £400 if I want my car back. If it goes to court, it's £455 for the court to see me. This could take a year, and I'm going to be without a car for that time. Jamie doesn't have a car either, although she's looking. So we're in a very kind of stuck situation here. And then there's obviously the money that I've got to pay towards an independent assessor to get them to come out and have a look at the car too and decide who's right.
Well, listen, we are the Speaking Frankly football show, and if there's anybody out there that would like to show a little bit of generosity and help AJ out, then we're more than willing to put an advert on the Speaking Frankly football show as well. And
anything else that you may want, we're happy to bargain.
Season tickets.
We're happy to bargain. We really, really are.
We'll even advertise you on the socials as well. Skelmersdale United and Speaking Frankly. Whatever. And listen, just to give some context, in the background we have got the England game on against DR Congo, and they're currently losing 1-0. The second half has just started. Typical England. What are you thinking?
Oh, it's just funny, isn't it? I mean, this is England all over, isn't it? You know, we come into the tournament with the highest of high hopes, thinking we're going to challenge the likes of Brazil and Spain and Germany and France, and then all of a sudden we sort of navigate it just about through the group stage, comes to the knockouts, and, you know, we might scrape this one, but...
Yeah, we'd probably get a goal in the 98th minute.
Yeah, Bellingham or Kane or something. You know,
after they've had a ad break or two.
Oh, God. I'm surprised they haven't had a half-time show.
Well, let's talk about that controversial issue of ad breaks, or they're not actually known as ad breaks, but they're called hydration breaks. Obviously, it's an Americanized thing.
Yeah, they love adverts then.
Yeah, can we close that? And it's basically done for...
revenue.
For revenue, really, more than the hydration breaks, because the stadium that England are in now is roughly a 68,000-seater stadium.
Give or take. It's a terrible ball.
Oh, it's covered and it's air-conditioned, yet they still need hydration breaks. Unbelievable. But I think it's going to come into this country. I think the likes of the big networks, the Sky Sports, Netflix, you name it, Amazon, eventually, in order to drag more advertising revenue and bring more money into the Premier League, I think they're going to bring not hydration breaks in, but genuine ad breaks in.
I think you might be right. I mean, they're already doing that with Amazon Prime, so I pay, I think it's like $9.99 for the Amazon Prime streaming service, and that comes with adverts slapped right in the middle of all the shows.
All around the surrounds, isn't it, and what have you, is it, I believe?
Excuse me. Yeah, it is. So TV shows, movies, whatever it is, if it's Prime, then there'll be multiple adverts throughout the course of it. You can upgrade, of course, and go ad free for an extra £2 a month. But I'm giving them enough money at the minute. I'm not giving them any more. Screw that. So I've taken to the BBC iPlayer and I've been watching Ambulance, which is a documentary, long-running documentary show about paramedics.
So you've not been watching the football?
No, I don't care about the football.
No, because you're Welsh, of course, aren't you?
I am, so therefore...
I'm Irish, you're Welsh.
Oh, for the love of God!
I know, that's a comment.
Just shook that off. At the end of the last season, we shook that off, and now all of a sudden...
We're back in force. So you've been watching what?
Ambulance, yeah. So it's a documentary, a long-running documentary about the shift work going on from paramedics and call dispatchers, mainly based in the Midlands, but also there's been some episodes filmed up in Manchester as well. And I really enjoy it.
It's an eye on the wall.
It is a fly on the wall documentary. Yeah, they've all got like little cameras around their chests and all of that kind of carry on. It's great stuff though. Like you see some absolute sights.
Well, I've been watching Countryside Murders.
There you go. Had a boy.
Have I mentioned this before?
No, you haven't.
No, well, my cousin Vonnie was down a few weeks ago, and we decided to sort of have a look around to see what's available to watch, and we come across Countryside Murders. And what happened was the first one that we watched was the one about the poor lad that was murdered on Parbold Hill, just off Parbold Hill. And the second one was about Orrell Water Park, a young girl that had been murdered there.
Oh, God.
So then I had to go to a meeting on midweek, the Wednesday, and I said to Vonnie, listen, Vonnie, I'm going to have to leave you for a couple of hours on the Wednesday to go into a meeting. And she turned around and she said, oh, you can't do that after
freaked out by all these murders.
Out by these two murders that are really close to home. So yeah, I've been watching that. Very, very upsetting, really.
Yes, of course.
I don't know why we're all so intrigued by
murders. Yeah, Jamie's like that as well. So she was watching some documentaries going on about like news personalities and students and all these people who just died, and it was grim as anything. But then she was telling me that my documentaries about Ambulance are upsetting and distressing and stuff.
Well, I didn't like watching Casualty or Holby City for the same reason. I don't like to really watch depressing things.
Oh, see, I'm it's not necessarily that I'm really into it. I'm genuinely considering the idea of being a paramedic as like a career.
Well, my cousin is a paramedic.
Shut up! No.
Yeah, I think she covers the Skipton area. Bradford,
right.
Bradford Skipton area. Yeah. So yeah, listen, and she's only young.
Is she?
Yeah, she's only young. I can't remember how old she is, but yeah, she's been doing for a few years now, and as far as I know, she absolutely loves it. And of course, Craig's wife's a paramedic or ambulance driver.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, it's all coming out of the woodwork now.
Yeah, well, people definitely worth having a talk to.
Give me her number.
The biggest news of the week. So today, I've been really, really busy for reasons that we'll come to.
Yes.
But I decided I've got to have time out, so I'm going to watch my granddaughter at her sports day.
Oh,
yeah,
Ember.
So, Ember Rose Chambuera. I was at her school, St John's, I think it's called, in Burscough, and she came first in all 4 races.
No way.
And she's got a natural aptitude for athletics, I think, in terms of running. She's very athletic, she's fast. So I think the first 3 races are like, mixture of obstacle and...
egg and spoon, sack, all of that carry on.
But the last one is the flat race. So what I decided to do was I decided to go right in front of the finishing line, about 10 yards away from it, standing back. And then she's running down and I'm saying to her, last sort of half of the race, I'm saying, go on, keep it going. And she did, and she ran right through the line as fast as she was right throughout the race. And then she went up like that with a high hand, and she gave me a high five. And it was the greatest feeling I've had in an absolute long time. And it's a memory that I'll keep forever. But yeah, I've said to
Elizabeth?
To Elliot and Elizabeth that you've really got to get involved with athletics. I don't know whether you can at that age, 5.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I don't think they do it majorly competitively. I think they just run around, for a bit of a laugh and a giggle. But, there is some sort of training involved in it, yeah. And, of course, there's been more developments on the grandchild front, hasn't there?
Yes, of course. So Elizabeth, on Saturday, I think it was, wasn't it? Saturday, she gave birth to a baby girl.
Yes, she did.
8 pound 4 ounces. So far, the baby is called Ilana. Ilana. I can never, because everything is staying in with the E, so that everybody's Elliot, Elizabeth, Ember, Ezra, and now Ilana.
Yep.
It's Ilana, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I get mixed up between Ilana and Kalana. But yeah, anyway, that's what it's supposed to be. I think Ilana Moon. It might be. Listen, I don't even know whether I'm up about. I should have said this, because it's not public knowledge yet. Oh dear, she might hit me for that. Oh dear. We'll have to check them out.
Season 3, episode 1, pre-show show. We've already
we're 17 minutes in, and we might have to start all over again. Listen, I'll have to do a bit of careful editing if she's opposed to that. But listen, anyway, really healthy baby, gorgeous baby. Seen her a few times this week since she was
wonderful.
Delivered. Yeah, great feeling. But even greater feeling to be there today, because I played with Ezra, took him onto the park. They've got a little park in the school there, and he's showing. He's very, very robust, and he's strong for a 3-year-old. He's really physical, and he's really good at hustle kind of course. Is very strong. So it was a fabulous day anyway.
Wonderful. Look at that.
Thought I'd mention that's going to be a nice little memory when I've put my slippers on and my pipe in my mouth. Well, you know when I'm older. If I get that far, you know what I mean? Being a little bit pessimistic. Just watching the England game here, it's still 1-0 to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo is the dance. Congo is the country. It's still 1-0 to them. And they've
Maduiki's been robbed of the ball, and Congo are stuck in their own corner, and they've won a goal kick.
Yeah.
56 minutes gone.
I know. It's
the usual trials and tribulations of...
Do you think they've messed around with the back four too much?
I mean, I wouldn't have started Maduiki.
No.
If it were me. I wouldn't have started... I mean, who's starting at the back four?
Oh, listen, I don't even know half the players.
It's Maduiki, O'Reilly, is it Gay and Conser?
Conser, yeah.
Yeah, Conser's there.
But I've got to be perfectly honest with you now. I've not been watching much of the World Cup this time round.
Me neither.
I'm losing less. I'm losing interest more and more now as the years go on.
Yeah.
And even to the point where I would normally have sat down and watched this. I wouldn't be recording a podcast at the same time as watching this. Never in a month of Sundays would that ever have happened.
That's priorities for you.
In the good old days. But like I say, I don't recognise half of the squad. You know, I don't know half of the names anymore. Right. I know the obvious ones like Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane and players like that. But apart from that, I'm losing track of it all, to be honest with you. I'm probably just losing general interest.
Yeah. So Rashford.
But I want them to win. Rashford, yeah, I know Rashford.
Yeah.
He's done reasonably well.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham's been the star for England so far.
Of course he has. It's often in the way.
Yeah.
And ball gets crossed in straight out at first man. It's a very well drilled combo.
They can't really win though, England, can they? Because when they, when they don't make that hard press and they're not, speeding the game up, rushing the tempo, they get accused of being too laid back and the build-up is too slow. And then when they go all guns blazing like that, they end up in a position where they've already conceded a goal within the first few minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So, really...
No, ball smashed into the face of Kane, doesn't go anywhere, and Congo retain possession.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any difference if it did.
I should be streaming this on MixLR. It'd be brilliant as the commentator for this game because I'd just be so pessimistic. I'd be like that guy from the IT crowd who's like, he kicks the ball over to him. And is he going to kick it back to him? Yes, he is. There's an unexpected development.
Joey Barton, before he was incarcerated, he was doing his own podcast, wasn't he? I think he had a midweek one where he was talking about the games as they were going on.
Well, a bit like Mark Goldbridge does. That guy from United, the one who sits in his pyjamas and screams at his TV.
Yeah, it's quite popular now, isn't it? Because you can listen. And listen, if it's live, you can listen to that commentary rather than listen to the TV commentary.
Basically, yes. I've done that for a couple of games that weren't being broadcast. I think they were. Whoever it was that was streaming it on YouTube just got it off a dodgy stick. Yeah. Yeah.
So what they were saying at the beginning of the game is that Congo are quite wide open and they're attacking because they've got confidence the further on they got into the competition.
Yeah.
Now they've scored that early goal. You wonder whether sort of they'll be backs to the walls. But they're not. They're still attacking, aren't they?
It's really funny. Football, really. England are sort of losing to the Congo at this point. I think it's just a bit ridiculous.
Well, listen, we'll keep you posted throughout the show, but I suppose we really better.
The ironic thing is that by the time this airs, game will have finished.
I know, but we'll be able to slate England off, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Look at this! It's just
Congo are into the box, being pushed wide, having to double track, lays it off, swings it across first time, doesn't beat first man.
They're quite Brazilian-esque, aren't they? Congo in many ways. They're really good. They're really good on the ball. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
They are to a degree.
But we don't seem to be pressing much, do we?
It's a one-man press, and they're just standing off by a metre or so, and it's just.
Oh well, thankfully that's gone out.
Gone out on the full rugby term.
Yeah.
We really probably should
press on with the proper show.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
let's do it.
Let's do it. Hello and welcome to the Speaking Frankly Football Show. I'm Frank Hughes, the chairman of Skelmersdale United Football Club, and alongside me is my co-host and passionate press officer AJ the Jet. Not that being involved with the football club is a prerequisite for hosting a football podcast, but it certainly helps. We are ready to dive headfirst into the vibrant world of non-league football in the Northwest, and we might even take a moment to discuss some of the bigger headlines in the sport. We'll explore life in the Northwest counties, bring you interviews with well-known faces in the league, and analyse how local teams are performing while making bold predictions for their upcoming matches. Nothing is off the limits here. We'll be diving into all kinds of topics, including complicated refereeing decisions and regulations that often leave fans perplexed. We want to hear from you too. This is your show, so don't hesitate to reach out with topics you want us to tackle. Let's get this conversation started and enjoy every single moment. We are speaking frankly. Hello and welcome to the Speaking Frankly football show. Believe it or not, this is season 3 and this is episode 1. We're still in pre-season. We're at the 1st of July today, isn't it? So white rabbits, if you're not already...
What the hell are you saying?
I don't know. My wife goes on about white rabbits, so I just copy her. You're supposed to say it for good luck.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah. Anyway, you've spoiled my introduction anyway, so...
Do you know what? I'm adding a bit of gloss and a bit of shine to it, because for 3 seasons now, you've carried on with that official hello and welcome to the Speaking This is season 3 episode, and I think you need to jazz it up.
Go on, how would you jazz it up? Not just jazz it up, sorry.
Back by popular demand. It is the Speaking Frankly football show.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'll go along with that. But listen,
no, that was terrible, and it was really cheesy, and I feel like some kind of 80s radio broadcaster or something.
It sounded as though you were about to sneeze, to be fair. But anyway, listen, a very warm welcome to...
We're back!
Yeah, we're back! A very warm welcome to AJ Vegette, or better known as the Dulcet Tones.
That's at the end of the show. Come on, Franklin, you can't have forgotten the structure of the show now. Anyway, yes, we are back, and it's all been kicking off more than a Saturday night out in Newcastle. So here's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the Northwest Counties. Absolutely. I mean, it's where we always start, isn't it? And it's where we're going to continue to start, because teams have been dropping out of the league, out of existence, out of normalcy. Teams have been reprieved, teams have been moved sideways, up, down, left, right. It doesn't matter which direction you're going in, a team has been moved that way. There have been more folds going on than a secretary's locked cabinet.
I don't know the terminology on that one. You just accused me of not knowing what not accused me of, but you've just questioned what white rabbits is.
I mean, if you don't know about folders and locked cabinets, you really should ask your wife.
Right, okay, fair enough, I will do. Mm-hmm. But listen, we're talking about Northwest Counties. I think what we'll do is we'll have a sort of reduced version of what we normally do, because we're going to concentrate really on the ins and outs of the Northwest Counties. Yep. We'll have a look at the teams that were competing in the Northwest Counties last season, and look at where maybe even predict who's going to win the leagues and who's going to get relegated, and we can possibly do that again. Yep.
And keep hold of the paperwork this time.
Yeah, and keep up with because I can't remember. Listen, you can always go back to the first show of season 2 to see who got it right. Listen, I think we predicted. I think we got Nelson right, didn't we? We got Droylsden.
Yeah.
Right, and who else did we get right? Well, the one thing we didn't predict was
Rami.
We didn't predict Wythenshawe, did we?
No, we did not.
No. Anyway, so listen, Northwest Counties first. We've talked about Pilks. I think at the end of last season they
were going into the final game with a struggle, big struggle,
but they managed to stave off relegation because Remy couldn't beat Burscough, unfortunately, otherwise it might have changed. They might have switched places with them.
Yes.
They didn't. But as it all turned out in the end, Pilks resigned from the Premier League before the AGM, which was fortunate, really. Gave the opportunity for Remy to be reprieved.
Yes, it did.
Which we're all delighted with.
Of course we are, yeah. I mean, it's never nice to see any team folding from our divisions. We see it happen in other areas, the Isthmian leagues and the home counties and all of that carry on. But when it's Northwest Counties, it hits a little bit more personal, regardless of whether we've taken a vested interest in them or not. And we've had some good experiences of talking about Pilks, and you've obviously been down to the stadium a fair few times with Skem and with others. But on the other hand, we are absolutely overjoyed for Steve Scott and his boys over at Remy. We feel that they deserve to not only have been I think they deserve to have stayed up on the balance of the season as a whole. And I think that now that they've been given a bit of a reprieve, you've got to feel some sense of justice or, some sense of good fortune that was due Remy's way, quite honestly. So it's really, really good to see them, stay within the county's Premier, and I think they'll make a much better go of it this season.
And what's quite pleasing, really, is that albeit that Pilks have resigned from the league, they've managed to stay in business.
Yeah, they have.
Albeit, I think their under-23s now is going to be their adult team.
Yes, it is.
And they're competing in the Cheshire League, is it?
Cheshire Division 2.
Is it something like that? So it's not all doom and gloom for Pilks. It's not the ideal scenario, but
they're still alive.
Yeah, it's better than going out of business
Yeah.
at all. So listen, off the back of that, another space was made available in Division 1 North. So Main Road were handed a reprieve there.
Yes, they were.
Main Road being a member of the North West Counties for a long time, probably back as far as 1995 or something like that. So it was really, really good to see them get a reprieve as well. So listen, best of luck to them. Let's hope they do themselves justice now, and don't have a similar struggle come next season. But then, listen, it'll be looking at the calibre of teams in the new setups. And we'll look at that a little bit later.
It's going to be nuts.
It's going to be absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So a lot of clubs seem to be folding lately. We had 2 in the Liverpool Premier League, Liverpool County Premier League during the season.
Yes,
we've had Joey Oars recently. They were lower level clubs, I know, but it highlights how hard it is to keep a club going, even when the stakes are much lower.
Yeah, of course. So Joey Oars were founded in 2018, shot up the Liverpool Counties Leagues, as it was then, the Liverpool Counties Leagues, and made a good, solid, consistent period for themselves in the Liverpool County Premier League, as it was back then. Hydration break, so we're gonna see.
Should we have a hydration break as well?
Well, that's what the tins are for, Do you remember the times when there was just a brief stoppage in play because the ball had gone out and all the players used to run over, grab a Lucozade bottle and just have at it a bit? Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah. Anyway, so Joey Oars had run from 2018 to 2026. Now they've folded, and I suppose really on that score we've kind of have to say, oh no! Anyway, as we knew in May, Stockport Town withdrew from the league. Mark Stott, who'd been financing the club, allegedly withdrew his funding and decided to put his money into Cheadle Town instead. Now that raises all kinds of questions, but perhaps the biggest for us is, despite the fact that it's hard to keep a club going, do the people getting involved realise how difficult it is, and do some of them actually care when they decide to withdraw or pull the plug?
Well, you can't really call them venture capitalists, can you?
No.
These new owners, because they're not going to ever make any money out of it. So it makes you wonder whether they come into it thinking with a full deck, or with a full deck of cards. Because I think the impression is, well, listen, if you've got a few bob and you want to throw it away, then put it into football, put it into non-league football as well. That's another fantastic save, isn't it? Sorry, we digress here. Bellingham, was it?
Yeah, the Congo goalkeeper has been having a really quite good game.
He's doing really well. So listen, where were we anyway? Yeah, listen, I think there's too many people involved in football that are using it as a toy. Mm-hmm. And that's my issue with these with these owners. I think when you've got genuine, hard-working people in non-league football, and I'm talking about democratic committees run by fans, supporters,
grounded people. Yeah, Trevor Abraham at Cone jumps out at me immediately.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of them.
Of course, he was just the first one to mind, but we've interviewed so many of them in our long and illustrious history of this show.
Yeah, and what would you say about? Listen, we will talk about it later, but Flixton, as we know, they've got a US financier that's involved there now.
Do.
Allegedly put £5 million into the football club straight away. They've joined the North West Counties through default. Mm-hmm. It's great for North West Counties. It's a great advert for North West Counties because we're going to see a club that's probably going to catapult themselves very, very quickly into the North West Counties Premier Division.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm bearing in mind that Lewis Berners decided to drop a level.
Has he been confirmed at going there now? Because I thought it was just whispers at this point.
I think he has, but I don't know whether he works as well on his own as he would with his partner in crime, which
Benito Lowe.
So I think there's rumour that Benito Lowe might be going there as well. If that happens, then I think they'll absolutely
destroy it.
Yeah, they'll stroll through that league. But listen, we'll talk about that later. But my point is, people putting that kind of money in there, it doesn't really help clubs that try hard, work hard,
and get graft for the money.
Yeah, it's not a level playing field, is it? That's the point I'm trying to make. It's a bit disappointing, really, but it is what it is. But listen, equally, we know because of that and because of the difficulty in running a football club, there's defunct FC category is getting bigger and bigger. Another club that bites the dust right now is Borough Rangers, resigning from the EBAC Northern League.
Yeah.
So the Middlesbrough-based team who have made the Northern League Division 1 playoffs in the last 2 seasons, they are faced a fight for survival as they desperately searched for financial backing and support. This came after the chairman and secretary Mark Curtis, who had led the team from the Teesside League to the top end of the Northern League in just over a decade, had made the difficult decision to step down. Another club on this, it's the list is getting endless, and we go further back. We talked about Rossendale. We had the former chairman of Rossendale, didn't we? Who was the vice chairman at Ashton United?
Yeah, Steve Hobson.
Yeah, and he had to make the difficult decision to close Rossendale United. These are big clubs.
Yeah,
and we're going to see big clubs, and probably even bigger clubs than Rossendale. We've seen it with Bury, we've seen it with Chester, we've seen it with FC Halifax.
Yeah,
they're
just folding.
Yeah, listen, they're coming back. They're coming back again, and they're arguably not the same club, but they're coming back into existence, and they're having a go again. But I don't know. I'm sort of disillusioned with football now, because I think the amount of money that's getting, the amount of money that's. Well, listen, if it's true, but it's certainly mentioned, isn't it, that there's silly figures there. I think we talked about it the season before last when we were still in the Northwest Counties. We were talking about one particular team paying a player £350-400 a game.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous, isn't it? And ironically enough, that team didn't make the playoffs last season. So that says a hell of a lot.
I mean, that we like to see that in a way, because it shows that there's teams that can still compete against these big boys. And talking about big teams, I'm going to talk about Burscough. So, as we know, Phil Stafford took over from Dave Dempsey at the end of the season.
Yes, he did.
Practically. He's been busy signing players from his old club. First, Caleb Jones, and then Elliot Taylor, who between them have scored 71 goals last season. So great business done so far. And we're also aware that Ben Barnes and a plethora of other quality players will be joining them. I think we've witnessed other signings this week, like Will Dunn, who played for Skem, and Matty Brown. I believe, from where I'm standing, that makes them favourites to win the league.
Yeah.
1-1! Harry Kane. Header. Sorry to interrupt. There we are.
74 minutes.
This is a World Cup special.
Wow.
74th minute, yes. Brilliant.
Oh, yes. Oh, the goalkeeper looks to the heavens.
Oh, dear. Well, listen, we'll take that, won't we? Anyway,
will.
It's all about Burscough. Sorry to interrupt. But
yeah, so we're talking about Burscough. So, yeah, I think with how big and how ambitious Burscough have been in this transfer, period, if you like, this registration period, signing 2 of last season's standout performers in Jones and Taylor. I think there was going to be a bit of a inevitability that certain players would follow Phil Stafford to the community stadium, and I think those 2 kind of underline the ambition that Burscough are, projecting at the minute. Looking at the list of teams that we've got in the Premier Division this season, it's kind of difficult to see where the challenge is going to come in from. All right, and that's largely because of the off-season difficulties that have been faced by teams like Ramy and Chadderton. So you've got to feel that Burscough, who finished 10th in the league last season, with a new manager and a multitude of new players, all of whom are established at this kind of level, will probably make them favourites. Yeah.
And listen, we expected Chadderton to do far better than they did in league terms. They only finished 5th.
Mm-hmm. And it has been confirmed that Lewis Byrne has signed for Flixton now. We knew he was leaving. He made that very clear at the end of the season. The same is said for Benito Lowe. Both of them have left Chadderton. But it seems that the second highest goal scorers in the Premier Division last season are now going to have to undergo a bit of a rebuild if they're going to continue to fight for Premier League promotion next season.
So alongside Wythenshawe, Chadderton were the other team that were promoted, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Padiham.
Was it Padiham?
Padiham were promoted last season.
Padiham were promoted, yeah. So okay, Padiham promoted. Atherton LR, you'd like to think would feature again possibly. But listen, going back to Burscough, they've done really good business.
Oh God, yeah.
Chadderton have lost their sort of dream duo in Benito Lowe and Lewis Byrne.
Yeah.
So you can't really see them featuring. But Burscough, have done good business. I spoke to Phil Stafford on Saturday, and he said, it looks great on paper, but we've got to do the business now. We've got to do it on the pitch.
He's not wrong. I think
so he's not overselling it.
No.
He's not cocky.
I don't think he can be, to be honest, just because he's, I'm sure he's, forever going to be glad of the experiences that he had at AFC in Liverpool and rightly lauded by the successes that they had. But it's a different chapter, and Burscough is, whatever way you look at it, it's a different beast.
Yeah, it's in great hands now with Jay Hawkes as the chairman, as we know, really good friends with him and with Burscough. That relationship has blossomed even more. But you know what? The good thing about the business that Burscough have done is they've not been breaking the bank to do it either. Unbelievably, really, they've done a really good financial job. They're not overreaching themselves at all, which is unbelievable. They've done really, really extremely good business. So I'm definitely going to be getting down to watch a few games next season without a shadow of doubt, because I'm going to enjoy watching that.
I hope you can get in for free.
Class. Well, listen, I'll have a word with Jay. Listen, there's some clubs now won't let me anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, won't even let me in to watch. Never mind. Get me in free. There's another
deep cross by Saka to the back post.
Yeah.
Gordon picking it up.
So have you spotted any other clubs that are doing really good business in the...
just over the bar. Yeah, just...
landed on top of the net.
Yeah, just a curling effort over the bar from Elliot Anderson there.
Yeah. Any other clubs that you've seen doing business? We've got to sort of zone in really much on the Premier Division, really, in terms of signings so far this season. I've not seen people doing an awful lot of business.
No, so I think the only other team that I've seen doing a reasonable bit of business is Atherton LR.
Yeah.
So we know that they've had quite a small squad. We know that there's been one or two players that have departed for various reasons. And it seems like the ladies' team is actually building up a head of strength. They've just announced a new manager, a new head coach, and then 3 assistant coaches into the mix as well. So it's a bit of a big rebuild for them.
Everything's going in the right direction at Atherton LR, isn't
Always
it? It's destined for Northern Premier League.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they've been like that for about 2 or 3 years, to be honest, just forever moving in the right direction. They were promoted last season before last from Division 1 North as title winners. They finished 3rd in the Premier Division in their first season, made it to the playoff semis. Unfortunately, they fell short against Padiham. But this season, just little changes here and there. So they've
Jack Foster, a striker, he joins from playoff semi-finalists Atherton LR Cone.
From Cone, okay, yep, so there's one. They've also signed Ethan Dagnall, who played for Pilks last season. You said so, Jack Foster, yep, and then there was another Jack. Give us a minute, I'll find his name.
Yep. Jack Frost.
Funny.
I know, you have to be funny, don't you?
Of course you do. Jack Taylor.
Jack Taylor?
Yeah.
Do we know much about him?
Not a heck of a lot, to be honest. I mean, he was the first signing in through the door.
He doesn't sound duffers, though, does he, David?
No, he doesn't. So, Jack Wright is also in the squad. So, 3 Jacks have been brought into the squad. So, it's like a Jackalution.
It's a pile of Jacks.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So, Jack Wright is back at Atherton LR. He's signed from Lancaster City. It's a pretty good snaffle for the LR there, and Jack Taylor, who's come in from Wythenshawe Town. So a couple of players dropping down a league in order to play at the LR, which again underlines the pull that they're having at the minute. And as I say, have retained about 90% their squad from last season, and there's only 2 or 3 players who have left at this point, and I think they were largely because they weren't getting game time. No other reason. So yeah, all the onuses look good for the LR.
Consistency is the key, isn't it? I mean, but of course we felt that with Ramsbottom. We thought the longer that they sort of stay up in them. Sort of the top echelons of the North West Counties Premier Division, they'd eventually get through the door, and they haven't, have they? And then, of course, things seem to have gone from bad to worse. Yeah,
I mean, things were very difficult for them for a week in the aftermath of the season ending when the old gaffer Steve Wilkes, he retired at the end of last season, and the assistant manager who was due to, it was widely expected that he would take over, and he didn't. It was decided that they would go in another direction, and then that caused a bit of an exodus of players from Rami in support of him, if you like.
Until eventually, of course, Harry Williams, long-serving chairman, decided to retire.
He did, yeah.
Do you know what his retirement present was?
Cigarettes.
No. It was a plaque of a smoke machine.
Close enough.
Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, listen. If I'd have been involved with Ramsbottom, I think I'd have been looking at a mock-up sum-up machine for him.
Oh my God!
It'll always be his sort of what would you
legacy?
Call it? His legacy, won't it? The fact that he's cash only.
Yes.
Yeah. So a sum-up machine would be
a sum-up machine. That's a decent.
You know what? Listen. What is he now? 80.
Give or take.
So something like that. Is he? He's gone past that stage where he should be putting his feet up and smoking his pipe. But I'd like to think that if he is doing it now and he's looking up to his mantelpiece, he should be looking at a sum-up machine and saying this is when it all went wrong, or when it all went right.
Where it all went wrong. But yeah, Rami. Again, not made an awful lot of moves in the, in registering players, and they're going to need to. They've lost quite a few of the squad from last season.
I don't mind people going quietly about the business, though, because, listen, I've got myself into trouble.
Well, isn't today the first day that they can actually register players rather than just say that they've got them?
Yeah, the 1st of July.
There you go.
Was it the 1st of July or the 1st of June? I can't remember. It must be.
I thought it was 1st of July, but maybe you're right that it is the 1st of July.
No, you're right. It's the 1st of July because you can't play competitive friendlies in June unless you apply for permission through the FA.
Oh, decent. Okay.
So yeah, it would make sense that you can only sign players. Of course, listen, Burscough, the players that they've signed, most of them being signed on contracts.
Yes, they have. I think it's been about 3 or 4 players that have been signed on contracts. So So it's been it's been a heck of a good pre-season for Burscough, and a decent one for Atherton LR. A lot of teams in need of a bit of an overhaul one way or another. So who are you looking at in the Premier Division?
Well, let's have a look at the Premier Division. So the Constitution was made up at the AGM.
Yes, it was.
Which was on the 20th of June, not so long ago.
Sure.
So the key updates, of course, City of Liverpool placed in Step 7 due to ground share issues, while Pilkington withdrew. So the teams next season are Abbey Hay, AFC Liverpool, AFC Wolf Ruffians.
Wolf-Runians.
How about Runians? Are they seriously in the...
Yeah.
Oh, listen. Harry Kane has just scored what could be the winner in the 85th minute. I missed it.
All right.
By Joves. Listen, they'll all be saying nice things about England tomorrow, won't they? Will they?
Yeah, they'll vindicate Tuchel.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You know what? Harry Kane, he just pops up on the big occasions, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's what he's always
brilliant.
done.
He's the best player in the England team.
Oh, God, yeah.
By far.
Has been for a few years now.
What a player. What a player. I've not seen the goal, so...
No, me neither. But
anyway, listen, we talk about...
Old Wolf-Runians are in there.
Wolf-Runians, Atherton LR, Barnoldswick Town, Cheadletown, Charnock, FC Alaman, which I'm pleased to see because there was a hell of a lot of rumours surrounding FC
Cheadletown in there. I thought that they'd been moved.
Cheadletown, is this the old one?
I thought Cheadletown had been moved laterally. Let me pull up the...
I think it's Charnock. It's Chadderton that had been moved laterally.
Chadderton.
Oh, what a great finish that is there. Just inside the box, right hand.
On the half turn.
Right foot, brilliant. What a goal. Harry Kane, we love you. Now just go on and win it now. It seems to have changed since Gordon came on. Gordon seems to have brought life into the...
Oh, has he now?
Yeah.
Has he now? Okay.
Well, listen, I'll tell you a little story about Gordon. I was outside the St George's Hall just as he was breaking through in the Everton team, and it was during Christmas, before Christmas. The Christmas markets were there, and we'd walked round the back of the St George's building, and we couldn't get through because there was temporary fencing there. And he was following us.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was with his girlfriend and just turned around and said to me, "You can't get through there." And he said, "All right, mate." Put his thumb up in there. So that's my claim to fame with...
Oh, honestly.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, okay, I've got it.
Good, you've got it.
I got it. So, Abbey Hay.
What have you got?
Abbey Hay.
And is there a cure for it?
AFC Liverpool. Yeah. Atherton LR. Barnoldswick Town. Burscough. Chadderton. Charney Richard. Droylsden. Exton Villa. FC Alaman. FC St Helens. Glossop North End. Erlen. Litherland Remy. Longridge. Nelson. Prestwich. Rammy. South Liverpool. And Trafford.
Well, you know what? I got this directly off the North West Counties website, and it says that Kendall Town have been laterally moved.
Also says here that Whitchurch, Allport and Winsford United have been moved. That's mental.
I don't know what's happened. This is actually...
But Lower Breck are back in.
Lower Breck?
Yeah.
Which one's that? Where's this?
Premier Division, Lower Breck. And West Didsbury and Chorlton have been moved laterally as well.
Well, this is a load of bollocks, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You give us this information, you need to shoot them.
Yeah,
it was me. It was me. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I'm not having that.
Oh, 2-2.
You're winding me up. That took me eye off the telly and you winding me up. Thank God for that.
It's not 2-2.
Oh, right, you could have given
it's not
old man a heart
It's not Desmond.
Oh, listen, let's take no notice of this bullshit then. Yeah. Who's actually in the Northern Premier, the North West Counties Premier Division?
All right, as I say, I'll tell you. So, Abbey Hay, who finished 21st last season. Yep. AFC Liverpool, Atherton LR, Barnoldswick, Burscough, Chadderton, Charnock Richard, Droylsden, Exton Villa, FC Isle of Man, FC St Helens, Glossop, Earlham, Remy, Longridge, Nelson, promoted, Prestwich Hayes, Rammy, South Liverpool and Trafford, which means...
Who are the new teams in there then?
So, Trafford, who dropped down after being relegated from the Northern Premier League West at the end of last season.
Droylsden and Nelson, who were both promoted from Division 1 North at the end of last season. Nelson as league winners and Droylsden as playoff finalists and winners. And that's all, really. But you have got a number of teams moving out. So bearing in mind as well that the Premier Division's been reduced from 24 teams down to 20. Okay, so we've talked about the loss of Pilkington and City of Liverpool as having been relegated and dropped out. Stockport Town and West Didsbury and Chorlton have been moved laterally from the Premier Division over to the Midland Premier League. So they're now going to be playing Midland Premier League football despite holding Manchester and Stockport postcodes respectively. Which is no easy bearing on either of those two teams with the amount of travel that's been being involved. So 20 teams in the Premier Division, 2 have been relegated, 2 have been moved sideways, 2 have been promoted, and 1 have been relegated into Premier Division. Hope that all makes sense to you. So, based on that, who do we think the movers and shakers are? So, go on, let's predict the top
3.
The top 5. So,
okay, the top 5.
Looking at the champions.
It's got to be Burscough for me.
Yeah, I'm going for Burscough myself.
Right, hang on. Let's make sure that we A, write this down, and B, don't lose it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. AJ, right. So we both confirm that we think the winners are going to be Burscough. So we're looking at the 4 teams below.
In the playoffs.
So we're going Atherton LR, I think.
Yes, we are going
we both
Atherton
agree
LR.
That, don't we? Atherton LR. Do we see Ramsbottom being in it? No?
I think the rebuild job may very well be too big for them. I see Earlham in there.
Earlham, good shout. Let's... I'm not going to confirm whether I think Earlham myself yet.
I'm also going to say Prestwich Hayes.
Prestwich Hayes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finished 7th in the division last season. It's a historical high for them, I believe.
Yeah. Are we not thinking at all that the likes of Trafford could go back up again?
As it's been demonstrated, it is very, very difficult for a team that has been relegated to then move and be promoted straight back at the first time of asking.
Although Wythenshawe did it last season.
They broke the mould.
So we've got the 2 other teams in the equation there as well. Trafford coming down, but we've also got Droylsden and Nelson that went up. Are we not? So you've got 1 place left.
Yes, I do.
In that. What did we say about West Didsbury? West Didsbury
moved sideways. So they're not in the league anymore. They also lost a fair few key players at the end of last season as well.
Well, I'm going to throw one into my top 4 there. And I'm going to say FC St Helens. By all accounts, they've done a fair bit of business. So that probably me 5th place team to finish there.
All right.
So you've got 1 team left. I've got 2 to go.
And my 5th team is a very, very dark horse. Is Charnock Richard.
Charnock. Well, that is a very dark horse.
Yeah, we both are admirers of Ryan Dunellen and what he's been doing over at the Richard there.
Yeah, he's a cracking manager.
The amount of retention of their squad players has been phenomenal. I know it very rarely counts for much, but you seem to think that there's an awful lot of loyalty within the Greens, and I think it will prove that with just a few signings, they could do some serious damage in the division, in a good way, of course.
What were the 2 teams that were laterally moved over to the Premier?
There weren't any teams that were moved laterally to the Premier. So you had 1 that was relegated, which was Trafford.
Yeah.
2 that were promoted, which was Nelson and Droylsden.
And there was no.
No, there were teams moved laterally out, which was Stockport Town and West Didsbury. Nobody moved in because they've reduced it from 24 to 20.
I'm with you. So, with that in mind...
Go on the county's website and go to the club pages. It shows you the updated teams.
Well, interestingly, you've not included Ramsbottom.
No.
I'm going to.
All right, then.
Yeah, I'm going to, because I think they're well supported. And I think now this sort of buzz around the football club, because no disrespect to Harry Williams, but he's gone. And there might be a bit of a rejuvenation there, a little different thinking. It's a little bit like, the new sort of manager syndrome.
Yeah.
I think it might work with the
new card machine syndrome.
Yeah, so I've got Atherton LR, FC St Helens, Ramsbottom, and I'm probably going to... I'm torn between Earlham and Prestwich Hayes, and I really just don't know which way to go, but I'm going to go with Prestwich.
All right.
And we're into the final minute of the game.
And I believe, have the Democratic Republic of Congo just secured a free kick 20 yards out?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jude Bellingham fouling Wisser there.
Is it a foul though? Oh,
It's
been confirmed as a foul. Oh, bloody hell. We
well,
don't
it's
need
a free
this.
kick 25 yards out, dead centre.
Yeah, well, let's just go through the motions here. We can see everybody in the crowd there now biting the nails.
See Jordan
Typical
Pickford
England
there.
football, isn't it?
Oh, this isn't gonna go in. This will go over the bar.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, let's watch it. So Pickford's there.
Okay, wall or bar. That's it.
I think Pickford's going to pull off a worldy save here. Let's see. He gets some terrible stick, Pickford, doesn't he? But I still think he's the best keeper in England.
I think you're probably right. The best English keeper.
This thing about lying down on the bloody floor behind your wall, it's a load of bollocks.
Cristiano Ronaldo and Ronaldinho will beg to differ, matey.
Was it them that?
Ronaldinho, absolutely. Over the bar.
Well, it's a good 25 yards out, isn't it? Probably
It is
27.
Yeah, but it is dead centre. So
it is dead centre. You could do it being slightly closer.
Arguably the last kick of the game.
And who's taking it?
Looks like Wisser. Up he steps. Over the bar.
Over the bar. There wasn't a touch.
Did it get a deflection?
Yeah, it got a deflection up.
Right, corner ball.
Did it? Or didn't it? No. Let's see. It's good.
No,
the wall did the job, didn't they?
Yeah, over the bar, no corner.
Brilliant there. And there's all the.
It's all but gone. And there it is. It's over.
Is it over? Well done,
England.
Harry Kane. You've saved England.
Harry Kane has won the game against the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
2-1, and that's we go into the. What is it now?
The quarterfinals.
Is it the quarterfinals?
Yeah, it is.
Well done, England.
Well done, you.
Really, really looked bad before for them. Anyway, so listen, we picked our champions and we picked our four playoff finalists.
Contenders. Yeah.
So now we need to go on to Division 1 North.
Division 1 North, absolutely. So
now, listen,
there's been a fair bit of movement in Division 1 North. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, go on then.
Alrighty, so as has previously been discussed, Nelson and Droylsden are out of First Division North after having been promoted. Well done to them. Despite all of that, all the other teams in there remain due to there being no relegation at the end of it all. And the Division 1 North is going to be expanded to 20 teams, which means 4 new teams join the equation.
So Ashville and Camberlades have been laterally moved from the First Division South over to the North, and MSB Woolton have been moved to the North instead of the South.
MSB Woolton were already in the North. They were in the playoffs last season. Finished third.
And MSB moved to the North instead of the South? Oh, well, there was a change in man. I don't know.
MSB Woolton were already there. So of the 18 teams last season, that got dialed down to 16, and then we've got 5 teams coming over from either being promoted or moving sideways. So AFC Knowsley have been promoted from the Cheshire League. Ashville and Camberlade have both been laterally moved from the First Division South. Halewood Apollo have been promoted from the Liverpool Premier League, and then Uppermill, who have been promoted from the Manchester League. They're based out of Oldham. They ground share with Mossley. They will be taking their place in the Division 1 North next season. So that means that the final table is AFC Blackpool, AFC Knowsley, Ashton Athletic, Ashton Town, Ashville, Bacup Borough, Camberlade, Colne, Daisy Hill, Darwin, Flixton, Fulwood Amateurs, Garstang, Halewood Apollo, Holker Old Boys, Maghull, Main Road, Squiresgate, Steeton, Thornton Cleveleys, Uppermill and the football team,
from?
the team formerly known as MSB Woolton, who are now Woolton.
Oh, they've changed, have they?
They have, yeah. They've dropped the MSB
I
from.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so the MSB came into about when they were sponsored by the local soliciting firm MSB Lawyers. So now they are just Woolton.
Right. Fair enough. So
and of course, we've forgotten to mention that Flixton have entered the Division 1 North after having just been, it's created.
Yeah, given an opportunity of a lifetime. And you can understand it from listen, it had nothing to do with the North West Counties. But listen, we know by speaking to Gary Langley that Flixton joining the North West Counties is a breath of fresh air for them. There's absolutely no doubt about it. We've talked about the amount of money that's been put into Flixton.
Oh yes, and I think it's actually been reflected in some of the signings that they have made. So we already talked about Lewis Byrne. He's signed from Chadderton. Leon Creech, I think, is the big one. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know anyone who doesn't, who regularly listen to this show, knows that I wax lyrical about Leon Creech, who was signed from Clitheroe. So he's dropped 2 divisions to play at Flixton. And then Cameron Mason, the big man with the gloves between the sticks, who has signed from...
Bit of a pregnant pause.
I can't remember, actually.
So listen, we know Lloyd Morrison is the manager of Flixton, and we know Rodri Giggs is the assistant manager.
Isn't it Alex Mortimer?
All right. You know what? I'm sure the North West Counties have changed their website to annoy me. Because it says here that it was Lloyd Morrison. Go on.
Is it Kirsten Ashton? I can't actually tell you who Cameron Mason has signed from because I cannot remember, to be honest. But that is, in amongst the absolute shower of talent that is coming in to the Flixton squad this season, and it seems that they are making some big statements here in the signings that they have made, no doubt about it. So Saddleworth. That was where he's from originally, but he is signed from Avro Championship. Oh, right. Yeah.
So listen,
Champions Avro.
Listen, you are right about the manager. Yeah. Lloyd Morrison has been announced as the manager of the clubhouse.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh no, yeah. Why do you announce these things?
Why are we this crap? We should have known all this.
It says here, new challenges ahead for Lloyd. Flixton manager Lloyd Morrison has announced he is stepping down from the position at the end of this. Oh, so he was? Was he?
How could he have been?
Oh, I don't know.
Flixton weren't playing competitive football.
Yeah.
It's weird, that.
Well, they weren't playing competitive football, but they're certainly playing friendlies. Anyway, listen, let's go for our predictions.
Yes.
I think we both agree that Flixton are both going to...
Yeah, so for me, there's no real shadow of a doubt that Flixton are going to be the champions.
Right, so we'll go with that. Who are our playoffs?
Okay.
Contenders.
So the playoff contenders... Let's have a look at you. So, it's really kind of difficult to judge.
Do you think Ashton Town will pull something out of the bag this time?
I think McGull will.
McGull?
Yep. So McGull, who finished 4th in the table last season and were the losing playoff finalists.
Yeah, I'll go along with McGull as well. I think McGull will do quite well.
Yep.
I'm thinking Thornton Cleaveys.
Okay.
I know that's probably a... What do you think? What do you think of their chances?
Ooh. Well, they finished 7th in the league last season. They finished 2 points away from getting into the playoffs. God.
Listen, I'm going Ashton Town as well.
Are you now? Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. See, would I go Darwin this time around? I feel like this really should be last chance saloon for Darwin, given their sort of shortcoming. Yeah, well, given their shortcomings of the last 2 years, they failed in the playoff push in both the last 2 campaigns. So for me,
so Darwin and McGull.
Yeah, so Flixton, McGull, Darwin, Do you know what? I think just as a real dark horse, I'm going to say AFC Knowsley.
Yeah.
Hugely well backed.
They've got a good sponsor, local.
Yeah, Monterex, who are
company,
enormous in athleisure wear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's their primary sponsor. So McGull, Darwin.
Nice little setup there. Did you go last season?
Did, yes.
Yeah, nice little setup. And of course, they're making improvements there as we speak. They go past there on a regular basis. Don't like to talk about bingo, but listen. We'll talk about that later. So you've got McGull, Darwin, AFC Knowsley. Who's your fourth? Out of the new teams that are coming in, is there anybody that's sort of...
No.
other than AFC?
Well, I mean, 2 of them are in my top 4. But the other 4, I think, may... I don't think they'll struggle massively, but I think it'll be a bit of a rude awakening for them. So I am going to say, I'll go for MSB. Woolton.
Well, I've already written it down on my side. I'm going for Woolton as well.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so that rounds that up. So
yes, it does.
So champions Flixton. My predictions: McGull, Thornton, Cleveleys, Ashton Town, and Woolton. McGull, Darwin, AFC Knowsley, and Woolton.
Yes.
For you.
Yeah.
Out of those teams, listen, we should have mentioned it in the earlier one, though. Out of those teams there, who wins the playoffs?
McGull.
McGull?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
No. Pushed Drawson all the way last season.
I'll go for Ashton Town. I was tempted to go for McGull, but I will go for Ashton Town. But I don't know. I haven't got a clue because they've gone hot and cold all the time.
I think Ashton Town are another one of those teams where it's a bit of a last chance saloon before that squad kind of breaks a little bit. You know.
Yeah, he's got to do some serious work this during the pre-season, hasn't he? Listen, we learn a little bit, don't we, through the
social media.
Through the pre-season friendlies as well. We might learn a little bit. So, okay, we've lost a few teams in the
Division 1
Southern Division.
Oh, in Division 1 South, yeah. So, last season, Wolverhampton Sporting Community resigned from the league. They folded and all of their points were extinguished. Okay, which had a knock-on effect of all the teams around them. Hormond also went down after a bitterly disappointing season for them. Obviously, Asheville and Camel Laird were moved laterally into Division 1 North. Stockport Georgians and Runcorn Town were promoted at the end of last season as well. So it's a bit of change knocking around there, including, of course, the moving into Division 1 North of Widnes Town.
Can we say, first of all, congratulations to Darren Moore and Liam Page, who in their first full season have won the Managers of the Year for the First Division South.
Yep.
After winning the league by a bit of a...
22 points.
22 points?
Yeah.
No,
absolutely. 12.
No, 12?
15.
15.
What's the difference between 89 and 74?
Yeah, it's 15.
15. For crying out loud.
Well, listen, in a season where there's only 34 games and they've scored 118 goals, only conceded 24.
Silly
that's some kind of silly record.
That's silly behaviour, lads. What's happening? But they've been moved up and moved across, so they will be playing in the Midland Premier League next season, joining former Division 1 South alumni.
We're going to keep a close eye on them next season.
Yeah, so
because we want them to do well.
Yeah, so they join Winsford United, who won the league last season, and Market Drayton Town, who went up alongside them last season. Not Market Drayton Town, Abbey Horton United, both of whom had excellent seasons in the Midland Premier League this time around. In fact, Winsford made the playoffs, lost out to 1874.
Yeah, listen, a bit more difficult to predict this one.
It is.
I don't know who you go for your champions.
For me, champions, no, that one's slightly more straightforward. For me, it is going to be Widnes.
Widnes, you'd like to think it's going to be Widnes, so I'm going Widnes myself.
There you go.
But I don't think they're going to find it easy, though.
No, I don't think it's going to be as... we talked about Flixton being the champions of Division 1 North with such confidence, if you like, whereas I think it's going to be...
It's a big project, isn't it, for Paul McNally,
yes,
ex-Scum United manager, and of course his assistant Graham Hastings. It's a great opportunity for them, but it's a really, really difficult one. We do know that... I'm assuming the first part of the season the ground sharing with Marine.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're expecting to go back into the... What's it called?
DCBL Stadium.
The DCBL Stadium. Yeah. Are they going back there before they...
I don't know.
Because it doesn't really take long to relay a pitch there, does it?
No. They've got to do it for the rugby league season anyway.
When's the rugby season start?
Oh, God, it's well underway already.
Is it?
Yeah.
When does it stop?
October.
Oh, right.
Well, that's the... that is assuming that they sort of make it into the playoffs or, get promoted or something like that.
Okay, listen, we've gone witness champions. Who are we looking at in the playoffs?
Eccleshall, I think, are up there. They've been in the playoffs in the past 2 seasons.
I agree.
I see them being there again next time. Okay. There are a couple of new teams that are coming in as well after having been promoted or moved laterally. So AFC Bridgnorth are coming in from the Midland sort of equivalent of Division 1. Then you've got Bilston, Brereton Social, AFC Crew, who've been promoted from the Cheshire League, Dawley Town, Wensfield Community, and then, of course, Widnes as well. So that makes up to 20 teams in the First Division South.
So who else? You've got Eccleshall. I've gone with you there. I think Stafford Town will be there.
I don't know. It was such a substantial drop-off last season. They won't have Matthew Hersey's goals this time around because, of course, he retained his registration with Stafford Rangers after having joined them last season. For me, I am going to say... You know what? I will kind of go back to it. Sandbach. I like Sandbach. Good team. Yeah. They missed out on the playoffs last season. They finished 6th. Just missed out by a point from Stafford Town.
I'm going New Mills.
You're going to say New Mills, are you now?
Yeah. I like New Mills. And listen, I promised to take you there sometime this season, haven't I?
I've seen the a little bit online, the videos and stuff like that. Did you know they have one of the most expensive pin badges in the whole of the league? £6 for a pin badge there.
Oh, right. Is it a big one?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Cheap thing with a deer on it.
Yeah. So I know there's groundhoppers out there that you're going to pay good money for.
Tell me about it. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't done that much homework on the Division 1 South newcomers, your AFC Bridgnorth, your Dawley Towns. So I really couldn't tell you whether any of those are likely to make the step up. So what
I'll do with you is, right, these predictions now for the champions, they're set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll allow to do now is we will get through the first 4 games.
Yep.
And
we'll revisit.
We have an option to change.
All right, okay. I have put in a third. I've put in a third team in my playoffs. Yeah. I've gone with Market Drayton Town.
Well,
I know, and that's mental. That so Market Drayton Town finished 17th last season. They were the first one of the clubs in Division 1 South to not be relegated last season. They staved off the drop due to Hormond and Wolverhampton Sporting Community. Had a very difficult season last season under Dan Dawson, but with Dawson having stepped away, they've got a new setup on the pitch. They've got a new setup off of it, a new chairman, new manager and coaching, and they've announced multiple players having joined from various different locations. So I see them doing quite well. So yeah, Market Drayton Town for me. And I wouldn't necessarily rule out Shawbury United, although I ain't written that down just now.
My 4th team, I put in Shawbury.
You've put in Shawbury.
Well, we'll know a bit more about that because we're due to play them on the 18th of July, is it?
Yeah, we are. So we're going to go down and
meet
Matty Boswell.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
And Andy Barlow will be there as well. Yeah, they're good friends. They played together at Burscough.
Oh, okay.
So,
Fair enough.
they brokered this friendly, so he wants to go down and see him, so we'll see.
Day trip.
Yeah, day trip, definitely.
On the beach.
So I've gone for Shawbury, you've gone for Market, Drayton Town.
Yes,
Which is your fourth team?
I think we might have to come back after 4 games here. For me, yeah, do you know what? I will plump for them. I'm going to go Shawbury for my fourth team.
Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, listen.
Who are you going for?
I told you, Shawbury. So I've gone Eccleshall, Stafford,
New Mills,
and Shawbury.
Okay, and I've gone Eccleshall, Sandbach, Market Drayton and Shawbury. Left field.
Yeah, so that sort of sums up all of those.
Yes, it does.
It seems they're quite exciting, really, in many ways.
Always very exciting.
There's a lot of new teams in there.
Yes, there is.
None can be taken for granted. Listen, if I was looking at an outside shot for the playoffs, I might say Crewe.
Maybe.
But I'm not entirely sure.
No, I'm not sure what kind of structure they've got going into this season, to be quite honest with you.
Okay, listen.
All right.
Quick one on the Cheshire League or the Cheshire Premier League. As we know, Claybrow beat St Helens Town on the final game of the season to finish in second place and hence forward to the Cheshire Premier League Premier Division. It didn't matter really in the end anyway, because third place St Helens Town ended up getting promoted to the Cheshire League Premier League as well. But yeah, listen, good luck to those newcomers there in that new division. It'd be interesting to see how they fare. But yeah, let's move on to controversial issues. That's a controversial issue in itself, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know about that. They've done what they had to do, really, and then St Helens Town were just very fortunate benefactors of, being allowed to go up as well. Although they had earned it in themselves, they were in their own right, so fair play to them.
Yeah, St Helens Town are a really, really good team, to be fair.
Good team.
Very well organised.
Good team.
Is that going to be your phrase now?
Well, I'm stealing it from Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy on
TalkSport.
Yeah, constantly. Good team.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to open up the controversial issues. I mentioned it earlier on in the programme about my personal opinion about announcing signings.
Bants, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit stupid, really, but sadly it ruffled a few feathers. It shouldn't have, because like I say, it was just an opinion. I'm not stupid. I understand that clubs want to keep the supporters engaged, but the point I made was enhanced by the fact that Jesse Darling did a U-turn. I accept that he didn't do it for money, because it's been pointed out to us now. He decided to sign for
Halewood Apollo
because he played there previously.
Yep.
So he just purely out of loyalty to the manager and the club, he's gone back, and I see that, understand it. I was merely talking about the fact that registration forms get signed on the 1st of July, as we mentioned, and not before. I also know that if a player signs a form, another club could still put 7 days notice in on him as well. I've been involved in the game for a long time, so I'm not stupid. I get all the reasons why you would announce a player's intentions, but that's all it is, an intention, a gentleman's agreement. But as a chairman of a football club, I wouldn't allow the announcement until it was fully signed off. I could turn around and say, we've signed Stephen Gerrard, he's come back out of retirement. And people can believe it and take it on face value. But by the time the beginning of the season comes, they'll realise that it's not happening. So
I'd say the same about Georgie Donnelly.
I'd love to have Georgie Donnelly back. Listen, I'm fine with other clubs doing what they're doing and saying what they're saying, but my personal opinion is it's unprofessional. I know that will no doubt annoy someone else again. So, like I said, to best explain myself, if I announce I bought a Lexus off Billy No-Mates down the road, but not paid him, and someone else comes along with the cash and gets it first, I look a bit daft.
Yep.
And my final point is you can still engage the supporters after you've signed the player on the 1st of July when he's registered. So what do you think, AJ?
I think it's just been really funny watching all of these teams,
multiple
teams announcing the signing of the same player, or having a wild jab at players or managers for agreeing and then U-turning on them and sort of going elsewhere. I understand with managers it's probably a little bit different because there's not that kind of stringent paperwork involved, particularly when it comes to dates. But with players, I think it is quite funny, particularly then to see the argumenters kind of coming up and saying, well, you've said you've signed him, but it's not the 1st of July, so you haven't really signed him, have you? From their mother's box room.
I love the bands that's attached to all of that. Of course.
Honest to God, it's great.
We've sort of been part of it.
It is great.
Yeah, listen, we've sort of raised the question and we've allowed people to run with it and have their opinions, and I appreciate everybody else's opinions.
I think we've announced, like...
Who did I upset, by the way? Can you remember who I upset?
God, I've no idea.
I think it was the manager of FC St Helens.
Oh, really?
I think I did.
Yeah, but they went nuts, didn't they? They'd announced like a load of signings.
Well, listen, that's why I said to you that I believe that they're going to be there or thereabouts. I think they'll have a particularly good season because they've signed some really good job with the signings.
Yeah.
And it's a different chairman now. Steve Leathers stepped down. I can't remember who's took over now, but I believe there's a bit of money getting thrown into it as well.
Ooh.
Whereas there hasn't in the past. You know, there's a club that won promotion from the Division 1 North, was it? Yeah. On a shoestring, £20-30 players. Allegedly.
Not bad.
They're probably double and treble that now with the bigger players, I would imagine.
Yep.
But yeah, listen, we're here to raise a debate and get people to get annoyed and argue with us. It's great if you argue with us.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, talking about other controversial issues, Lee Trundle, a former Burscough player, went on to play for Swansea City, Wrexham, Bristol City. He sealed a move to Cwmbran Town, probably best pronounced by the Welsh AJ Viget.
Cwmbran.
Yeah. Cwmbran. So Lee is no stranger to non-league football, like I say, having played for Burscough. He'll turn 50 in October, so 49 currently, endured a successful career in the English Football League.
So that means nothing,
but has spent more than a decade in grassroots football since leaving Preston North End in 2013. And the veteran forward, who is currently club ambassador for Championship side Swansea, has opted to prolong his playing career by completing the move to Cwmbran Town. I love these stories. If you add Kevin Ellison, 47, and Pascal Chimbonda, who donned a Skem shirt at the ripe old age of 45, it's becoming more and more common. Players are looking after themselves. They get much better, living healthier lifestyles. I'm just going to say, guess who's the oldest player in the world playing competitive football right now? Question for you there.
Oh, is it that guy who plays in Japan or plays for Japan who's like 57, 58?
He actually plays in what you would say is so we've got our Premier League and then you've got your three divisions, haven't you, in the football league?
In the professionals, yeah.
So it would be in that sort of tier. It'd be the top four, probably playing in the tier 4 of the professional leagues in their country.
Okay. Are we talking about based in... Okay, so it's currently in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've forgotten his name, but I'm sure he's Japanese. I'm sure.
Well...
It begins with an M or a J.
Right, let's have a look then. Yeah, there is so the oldest active professional and semi-professional football players include... I can't pronounce them.
Good. Mr. Worldwide.
Right. But probably the oldest is Robert Carmona. He's aged 64. Widely documented as playing competitive senior and semi-pro football. The Uruguayan centre-back currently plays for Lifer Club in his nation's lower divisions, and he's competed in over 2,000 matches throughout his career. It's balmy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nuts.
There's a Ukrainian, he's aged 60. Mykola Likhov-Didov.
Cool. Good.
I could never be a commentator.
Yeah.
At age 59 is the Japanese fellow that you're talking about, the striker, who holds the Guinness World Record for the longest professional career. He made his professional debut in 1986 and currently plays for Japanese fourth-tier side Athletic Suzuka. And his name is Kazuyoshi Miura. I'm sure it's not pronounced that
Told
way,
you it began with an M.
Yeah, his surname certainly does. But yeah, listen, talking about people that are trying to prolong the career, Richard Brodie's returned to training at the age of, well, he'd be 39 on the 8th of July, so currently 38.
Oh, it's my grand's birthday, that, right?
He's training at a club not too far away from us. I could probably name the club. Do you want to name the club?
No,
mention it?
you
No,
can
because that's like having a sign-in. That's not really signed, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, listen, he's back in training and he's looking to prolong his career and probably revert from a centre-forward to a centre-half. And listen, looking at him training, he'd be an exceptional centre-half.
He's very tall.
Yeah, 6'3", I think, something like that.
He's very tall.
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Anyway, you can't get any more controversial than Richard Brodie returning back to football, can you?
Not really, no.
No. Yeah. So okay, let's move on to Mark Harris. We knew that he was forced into resigning from his position in the Northern Premier League. He's also had to drop down from the independent chairman and director of the league with immediate effect. As you recall, he sent a reply to the FC United supporter requesting he go fuck himself. And at the time, I felt sorry for him, and I haven't changed my opinion. I think the recipients of the email should have took it on the chin, as by all accounts, Mark had apologised almost straight away by email. But like I say, it's sad because we're in an era now where social media can make it or break you.
Yep.
But a lesson for everybody to learn this season. And the reason I've highlighted it again is we're going into a new season. I want to see less mistakes.
Do you?
Yeah. I want controversial issues.
All right.
But I want to see less mistakes. I don't want losing good people from football.
Okay.
You know, the odd cursory word. How many times have you heard? I used to be a season ticket holder at Goodison. I used to be in the Park End, and I used to have solicitors, accountants, police, people that work in the police force sat in and around me, effing and jeffing. And to a certain, I know when you're in power, you've got to be a little bit more careful what you say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what other controversial? What was the biggest controversial issue that we covered last season?
I think it was likely to be Michael Jolly's appointment as Bury manager, despite his conviction for underage sex. Yeah, I think that was probably the biggest and most delicate issue.
Was it underage sex?
It was. No, it was. He was found guilty, but obviously he didn't know her age at the time.
I'm with you. Mm-hmm. So other than that, which would you say that was the most other controversial issue?
I mean, how many times has racism sort of come across our desks?
Oh no, we're repeating it time and time again.
I'm afraid so.
For me, probably one of the most controversial issues was when what's his name stepped down from Bury FC.
Steve Wilkes? Oh no, God, Dave McNabb.
Dave McNabb. Of course, now his contract has come to an end. He's left the club completely, I think, hasn't he?
Has, yeah.
So Dave McNabb's gone. I think they made a great appointment, by the way.
Anthony Johnson.
He got promotion. First time try.
Yep.
Albeit, I think Dave McNabb had set him up to win rather than fail. That was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to see where Dave definitely gone, hasn't he?
Dave McNabb has definitely gone. Yeah.
And also the other fella that's gone as well is the director of football at Marine.
Neil Young,
he's left as well. So it'd be nice to see where he goes, if anywhere, whether he's given up the ghost on football altogether.
Not for long.
But we've not heard anything.
See if we can get him over at Skem.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've got to talk about that in a minute. But listen, I wanted to talk about FA competitions and prize money.
All right.
Are we Are we happy with the payments that have been made in the FA Trophy?
Well, I mean, we haven't got any, so it doesn't really bother
No,
me.
it doesn't really bother us, but it bothers obviously the teams in the North West Counties in terms of the FA Cup and the FA Vars. And certainly the teams that we cover in the National League North and the the Conference and the Northern Premier League as well. What I've tried to say is, and I've said it somewhere before, is that what annoys me most about it is that a lot of these early games, where they split the revenue, so the winners and the losers get a bit of money as well, there can be an awful lot of travelling involved in this, in the early rounds, and you can end up losing money. We know through experience that we've been to games where there's one man and his dog. At the games, we brought more supporters than they've got, and we've gone back with without making a profit. Yep. So just think that. Listen, it'll still be as interesting, the FA Vars, the FA Trophy, and the FA Cup as it always has been, particularly the FA Cup, because as we've seen with was it Macclesfield?
Yes.
Macclesfield beat the holders, Crystal Palace,
in the third round.
Yeah. Amazing. And then they in the next round, who did they play?
Was it Arsenal?
I can't remember. It was another Premier League team.
Yes, it was.
But it just shows that dreams can be achieved at those lower levels. Not that Macclesfield is sort of really a lower level football club. Talking about that, but there was a controversial issue surrounding that. Did we cover it?
Rob Smithers' arrest.
Yeah. Was he arrested? He didn't get arrested, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He had to stand down, didn't he, to answer questions?
Something like that.
Well, listen, we don't really want to go into that because that's...
We just don't know enough at the minute.
We just don't know. But he's back at the helm anyway. Well, he's back at the football club. He's not back at the helm, is he?
No, so a co-owner... So this was on the 6th of June. Rob Smithers was arrested in Wilmslow on the 19th of May on suspicion of controlling and coercive behaviour, and then he's subsequently been suspended from his role at Macclesfield FC. But that is all we're going to say on it because we don't know.
Well, we know it was unfounded. We know he was released without charge, and we know he's back at Macclesfield. We do know that much.
Interesting.
I'm sure he's back, which is good. That's what I said. I don't want any of these kind of controversial issues. I don't mind. I don't mind somebody getting to the third round of the FA Cup.
No, you're right. It's popped up on the non-league paper. Yeah, he'll remain on the club's board of directors following a period of internal uncertainty. They've said that constructive discussions have taken place between all parties and resulting in an agreed way forward, which the board believes is in the best interest of the club, and Smithers will stay on board. So, yeah, there we go. So he was arrested, still on board at Macclesfield now. Sorry for any confusion there.
Yeah, no problem. Well, listen, moving on to other controversial issues. Where was it going to go next?
And now there's 3 pages worth of the funding and money.
Yeah.
So is it just... Well, not sure what else. Scam?
Oh, no, there was something else. I've forgotten what it was.
I mean, for crying out loud, it's the first episode. What are we doing?
I know, but listen, we're allowed to do... Oh, yeah, listen. Blocking people on social media.
Okay.
In the past, the club has been slammed for blocking people when they've abused their power of free speech. Me personally, I believe it's easier to do that, block them, rather than try to educate them, because some people don't really want to be educated. I've had to do it today because...
He's a knob. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because you know what? Personally, the bloke on a personal level, I love him. But a man that his dream job was to manage a particular football club, and then to do it as much harm and slag it off as much as he possibly can seems to be
it says a lot.
Conflict of interest.
It says enough about him.
So. What do you think? Do you think we should block people, or do you think we should just let them vent their spleen every time they want to?
Look, I think you're in a difficult position, whatever happens, really. I think if we were a club the size of Man United or something, like, we wouldn't really look to block anybody because, those kind of, petty insults are 10 a penny, really. Down here where we are, where each voice is just as loud as the next one and they are quite loud, it can hurt, particularly when the individuals who are making these kind of complaints know absolutely nothing about what's going on internally for us.
I'm not actually hurt by it. I'm just annoyed that there's a lack of education out there. He knows how hard the job is. That's
as a football manager.
Yeah, he knows how hard the job is. He also knows that when it came to recruitment at the beginning of the season, he fell short himself. Even to a point where he suggested that his assistant manager take over as the manager and him drop back into the role as an assistant. I mean, that's the the craziness of it all.
Yeah, well, that's one part of the craziness of it all. Really, sort of blowing the air horn for a football club that he has very, very little involvement in at all, and just seems to be kind of riding the coattails of the people who've built it up to be what it is.
And people that don't like him either. So silly boy.
I'm sure he'll listen to this. Anyway, for me, I think I think immediately and initially you have a job to educate them. But if you see the same people time and time again, not taking on what you've said, not really acknowledging that there's a different side to the story, it is like talking to a wall. At that point, you're just kind of best to block them because, as I say, these voices can ring a lot louder at this level, and with our, they don't just blend into the background.
Yeah, and it doesn't do the football club any good because we're under scrutiny more. Listen, we've got sponsors to appease as well, haven't we?
We do, a lot of them.
When sponsorship is so vital at this level, we don't want to take the gloss off all the good that's happening. And when ill-educated people are coming up with ideas and glossing over the fact that we're looking for a manager and saying we should be recruiting from a particular group of people that, I don't get them, to be honest with you, but it's some of the players that they've got.
Just what the hell's the point?
Well, some of the players that they've got, they're really, really not good enough to step up to this grade. There are some of them, and we've recruited one of them that we feel
got one.
We feel as though he's good enough to come back.
Good kid.
But listen, we'll talk about Skelmersdale United Football Club. We've mentioned that. Let's talk about the resignation of Andy Barlow and John Barnes, of course. That information's not out yet, but it will be, of course, when you listen to this
pretty
later.
imminently, yes. So it's already been announced that Andy Barlow is due to step down from the role of manager at Skelmersdale United. That was following a discussion that he had with Frank surrounding quite predominantly the demands of his work. Andy runs his own business. That business is expanding, which means that he's going to have to commit more time to it, as the expansion grows.
Well, I was going to say about the expansion of a business, because unless people have actually been involved in self-employment or anything like that, but when you expand, you're almost mortgaging the company itself. You're putting yourself into more hock in order to improve it. Business is a risk, but it's so time consuming as well. And when you've got people missing through illness or moving on to other jobs, the managing director, the boss has to step up and do a little bit more work. And as Andy put it to me, I'm knocking off at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday and Thursday to prepare for training during the pre-season. And I should really be working till 8 or 9 o'clock in my own business. If you took the pre-season out of it, Wednesdays and Saturdays are not as bad.
No.
But right now, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, constantly now until the season starts. During this sort of, not lull, but certainly from an expansion point of view, it's an uprising in work. It's hard, difficult work. And people question the timing. I said to Andy before I spoke to him earlier on again today, and I said the timing would have been bad whenever. Yeah, people are just assuming that because it's come a few days before the pre-season fixtures start that it's poor timing. It's just, it wouldn't have mattered if it had been a week after the season started, half way through the season.
Yeah.
It's just so disappointing to lose somebody like Andy, because Andy is first of all, has become a great friend of mine. Love the bones of him. I'm really, I'm heartbroken, to be honest with you. I've not got over it. To such a point where I've not really thought about who is going to be the next. Well, I can't say I've not thought. I have thought.
It's not really one that you want to think about, though, is it?
I haven't given it great thought, and thankfully, Andy's decided to carry on. He was at pre-season training last night. He'll be there on Thursday, and he'll be helping out over the weekend with this
intra-tournament.
Mini tournament with Burscough Exton and Burscough Richmond. So really looking forward to that, and really glad that. That sort of it explains how such a top man he is. In terms of what he's done, he resigned on Tuesday morning, and he's still there until the weekend, helping us out, because what I didn't want to do, I didn't want to make a decision hastily. I think we made a lot of those. The most disappointing thing about it was that, one, Barney is a great coach, the players love him. Andy Barlow is a great manager, everybody loves him. I felt as though we'd come to the first point where in 4 years we had a backbone of the team, so we retained a lot of our players, 13 I think it is, 13, 14 players. We had a management team that had spent literally 12 months in the job. It was the first opportunity for us to springboard. That said, we've still got those 13, 14 players. So whoever inherits the management role
have something
will
good
have
to
a
work
really,
with.
really good start. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But absolutely gutted, because I just like the pair of them. The my kind of guys, I could sit and talk to them all day. And listen, Andy's going to come back on the show, by the way. He loved coming on the show, and he definitely wants to come on. A couple of times throughout the season. So we'd definitely be inviting him back, and he'll probably explain better than anyone the reasons why he's had to step down. Have you got any questions for me? That obviously people out there now will be asking questions.
So we've talked about Andy resigning. Why has Barney resigned?
Well, Barney said the dynamics of the relationship, the dynamics were good, him and Andy. There's no doubt about that, and I understand that. He said that he felt as though any new manager should have the opportunity to bring his own group of, his backroom staff. His backroom staff, which I can appreciate to a degree. But what we try to do is we try to change that here at Skem, because we always felt that if one goes, they all go. We didn't want that. I did ask Andy to stay as assistant manager and coach. He thought about it, he gave it thought, and then at one stage I thought he was going to stay. He changed his mind. I think once that decision is made, he's found it very difficult to... listen, I don't know, I asked him the question whether... It's a difficult one, really, isn't it? Because a lot of people probably would have expected Barney to step up as the manager. I don't think Barney wanted to be fair.
No, I'm sure he could. I just think he prefers being a coach, doesn't he? He's very gifted at that.
He's just a fabulous coach, and everybody loves him. He brings a smile to your face,
and the rest.
So I love the pair of them. Sad to be losing both of them, but that answers that question.
Of course. So it gives an opportunity for whoever comes in next to kind of mould their own backroom staff and their own kind of direction for the squad. It's just it's a huge shame, because we're now looking at, I think, a new manager for the 5th straight season in a row now, ish.
And it'll be the 6th. 6 managers in 3 years.
Jesus.
So there was Matt, Pascal,
Tommy,
Nick,
Andy, and now
whoever takes the reins. And it is a difficult. People think it's easy making decisions. It's not. And listen, we've had a few people that have, it's early days. We only put the advert out today, but we've had responses. Some from the normal run-of-the-mill managers or ex-managers that always apply for jobs.
Yeah, the non-league equivalent of like Alan Kirbishley, Harry Redknapp, Sam Allardyce, the ones who get mentioned at every single job.
Yeah,
in the Premier League.
Those in non-league circles will probably know who they are.
Yep.
Listen, there'll be a lot of people that will be reluctant to
take on this job.
Because, when we talk about budgets, people have seen how difficult it is in the Liverpool County Premier as well.
Yeah.
So, we're expecting a manager with some big balls to step up and say, listen, I can do this.
I can bring in these players. I can mould this team into that kind of style of football.
And it might need somebody that's out and out cocky to come in and, but with a bit of a CV as well.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you be looking at in a new manager?
So I'd be looking at his black book and his ability to bring in players who'd want to play for him, regardless of costing. I'd want to look at how he integrates with the current squad, because I think one thing that we can't really afford to do, and one thing that we shouldn't just toss aside, is the commitment of so many of these lads to come back next season. We saw them on training Tuesday night. I was brilliant to see so many like familiar faces coming back and wanting to be part and to pull on the blue shirt again. And then a style of play that kind of suits the boys but makes us really difficult to beat. I think it'd be those kind of three things. And
is age a factor? Because what we've seen in recent years, that the younger they are, the more hungry they are.
Possibly. I think there are some managers.
Some really good young managers.
Yes, there are. Yeah, there are. We've interviewed half of them. Mm-hmm. But I think there's experience there, and I think there's experience in there's experience out there that is still hungry to win. Tommy never lost his desire to win. Even in his final season at Skem, always wanted to win. We've seen Brent Peters, guy still wants to win. Dave Pace still wants to win.
But he's got the experience, hasn't he? We're talking about older managers now that have not been involved in non-league football for a while. Coming to a football club, the little black book is no longer. It's not got any bigger. It's probably got smaller.
It's a bit dustier now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I think it requires somebody who's still very recently been in the game and can still sort of call on the influence of players in his black book to to come and help us out.
Do you look at it, do you view it now, because you've had experience in non-league football now, do you look at it as a marketplace? So when you're looking at it now, I mean, for argument's sake, let's talk about Sunday league teams, and we know that Brian Mugen won the National Sunday Cup with Holman Bargain.
Okay.
So we look at that calibre of manager in that particular league. We know that a lot of those players will probably be playing on a Saturday anyway, and they'd probably be playing fairly high up in the National League system.
Yeah.
They might do, so they'd be dual registered with them. So even if you sort of go in for a manager like that, you extract him from a team like that. Those players that he's got in that Sunday League team, they're not going to want to come to Skem, are they, if they're playing in the non-league system?
Not necessarily.
League system.
I mean, they can't really dual register, can they? But I mean, that's quite a rarity to jump over from Sunday to Saturday, isn't it? Usually you're set in your ways in either one or the other.
I think what you'll find in Liverpool football, and even in Liverpool County Prem, is that there was a lot of Northern Premier League players and Northwest Counties players that were dual registered with
Liverpool Prem.
With teams. Northwest Counties teams.
Ooh.
Yeah. They didn't play all the time, but if you work it out now, I mean, so a lot of those players, it might not always feature in the first team of their own clubs. They might be bench warmers.
Yeah.
They might not have a game, or they might not be included in there. The boss has said to them, listen, I'm quite happy for you to go and play for Nalgo or whoever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Nalgo, but whoever it is.
Example, yeah.
Yeah. So I look at it as a marketplace, and I say to myself, where can you, if you're looking, it's not so much people that apply, it's
what
looking
they can do.
It's looking at that marketplace. Where do you extract? What can you extract from various plots in the market?
Which is why the list of names that I gave you are all sort of quite recent, managers. They've all got, good experience at this level and up above. And they've all got, influence within the local catchment one way or another, I think. Yeah. Not only that, but then their, qualifications and their successes, speak volumes as well. So that was just kind of off the cuff. I'm sure if I really kind of put my head into thinking about it, there would be more managers that I could think of that could do this job. I think there are managers out there that could do this job, okay, and do it well. I think it's just finding the right one that naturally fits in with what we want as a football club and what the players want.
And I think this core group of players that we've got now at Skem, whoever comes in would have to really dovetail well with them, because I feel as though if there's too many changes, we're back to square one again. And that's the difficulty with bringing a new manager in, isn't it?
I'm afraid so, yeah.
If your face doesn't fit, you're not there, they're going to bring in their own replacements.
Yeah, and then we lose a good players.
We've seen how well the likes of Neil Ellison and Tom Sinnott have stepped up in terms of the creating that camaraderie between the players, getting them to go for a pint after training sessions, something that we've not been doing for a few years now.
No, I think it's something that should happen after the game as well. Yeah.
And I think it will. These lads are going to drag them through it now. And it's important that whoever the manager is now, that he's going to give these lads a good chance, because they've stuck with us. Yeah, they have. They've had a difficult season, but you know what? We had to knit together something, didn't we, throughout the season? It wasn't. Some of these players came later on. Yeah, they did. Yeah, some of the players left. Some of them have come back. Yeah, we're hopeful that one or two more players that left last season might come back as well. Listen, there's always going to be people that are going to chop and change before the season starts. But I think the core group of players that we've got now, if we don't give them a chance, then it could be as bad as starting all over again. Yeah. For us, and that is my biggest worry. So listen, looking at the Liverpool County Premier League, the newcomers, who are the newcomers? So the newcomers that we've got in our division, so we're expanding from, so we finished with 12 teams last season. It originally started at 14, then we had 2 fold over the course of the season. Now with the season being reset, there are going to be 16 teams in the Liverpool County Premier League, okay, of which we are one of them. So I'll tell you the new ones as I get it uploaded. Bear with me. So the Constitution, you went to the AGM. I did. In my absence, was I on holiday? No, it wasn't. I was at the Liverpool. I was at Everton. I was at Everton's ground watching England ladies beat Ukraine 3-1. I think it was. There you go. Or 3-0. Can't remember. Sure. So we do know FC Kirby and Formby. They're definitely 2 of the teams that have joined the Liverpool County. Yeah, so they've joined from the lower divisions, or are they moving sideways? Well, definitely Formby coming up, aren't they? Sure. Yeah, Formby have come up from the second division, and Kirby as well. Give us a minute. Just going to find the official. So here we go. All right. So in the Premier Division, Liverpool Premier League, City of Liverpool. Yeah. East Villa Rail Football Club, who finished second in the division last season. Formby Football Club, who play at the JMO and have been promoted from the Liverpool First Division last season. FC Community, a brand new team. Well, not exactly a brand new team, are they? Newish. Yeah. Newish. I think they were a team that was formed alongside City of Liverpool with the premise that they were going to be their Sunday team. There was a bit of a division and a divide between them. They split, went their own way.
Yep.
And they will be ground sharing with Marine next season as well, playing their games on a Friday night. So we will be back at the Marine Travel Arena Stadium next season.
Yeah, on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Granby Toxteth Athletic, who finished 9th in the table last year, had an excellent season by all accounts, and a team who we like and appreciate very, very well. Then you've got L4 Football Club.
L4 is the
relatively new team, based out of the L4 postcode.
Yeah.
No idea much more about them. Then you've got the Liver Academy boys, who we played.
Who are still there, yeah.
Yep, 3 times last season. We won one. Liverpool Nalgo, who finished 3rd the table last season. MSB Woolton Reserves, then you've got Ormskirk West End, who were also promoted from the first division of.
So there was 5 teams that came up due to the fact that Joey Orrs resigned.
Up or down, yeah, because you've got City of Liverpool as well.
Yeah. What do we think of City of Liverpool? Because do we think they'll see the season through?
I don't know. I thought they were going to struggle to finish last season through. I have no idea how on earth they're going to rebuild from this season.
But we do know where they're playing, don't we?
We know that they are playing somewhere. I can't remember where it is exactly.
It was you that told me.
It was, and that was a while ago. I can't remember it now. Let me see if I can find
they go ground share with Grenadier?
No.
I can't remember now.
Minute
not that you ground sharing with Grenadier, because it's a community hub, isn't it?
It is.
It's not their actual ground.
It is.
I forget the name of the place, but it is somewhere else that somebody plays, isn't
it? Something like that. Yeah.
You sent the message to me, didn't you? Because you did attend that AGM, didn't you?
Yeah. Come on, mate. I can't remember everything.
You should do. That's what you do for.
Well.
That's what you do for, because I'm getting old and forgetful.
All right.
And listen, I was talking about hydration breaks before, wasn't I? I'm not opposed to them, because I've got a dodgy prostate. So I need breaks. I need toilet breaks. I need to go to the loo and wait.
I don't think that's...
Because I've literally, in this hour and a half plus extra time, I've wet myself. I'm sat in my seat now and I've wet myself.
Fucking hell.
No, I haven't. I'm joking, but bloody close.
I mean, all right. I can't remember.
Well, if you can't remember, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's fine.
So who do we think...
anyway, I've not finished. So we've got Ormskirk West End. We've got River Football Club.
Yeah.
All right. We've got Sefton Athletic.
Yep.
Us. South Liverpool Reserves. Another team that have come up.
Is there another team that's come up then?
So South Liverpool Reserves have come up. And then the Grenadier and Waterloo Dock. So you've got City of Liverpool, Formby, FC Community, L4, Ormskirk West End, and South Liverpool Reserves. So that's 6 teams what have come up.
So we're going to be going to Jericho Lane at least twice then, aren't we?
Yes.
Which I love. I love going down there.
You just like that pub next to it.
Yeah, I like the pub on the promenade there. It's brilliant, yeah.
Promenade. Okay.
You say promenade.
Yes,
I say the right word, promenade.
Down. Anyway.
That was the highlight of last season, to be honest with you. It was the message you got off
Barlow.
Andy Barlow, yeah. He said,
shut up, Andy.
Is he deaf or what?
Yeah, apparently so. Because I don't speak Scouse. Anyway, so they are our teams.
Who do you see out of that? The newcomers they're doing particularly well. I think
Formby. Yeah,
Bobby
Formby.
Shirley always puts a good team together.
Yeah, Formby had an excellent season last season. I think they finished 3rd in the league, 4th, something like that. Yeah. They had a fabulous season, fully deserving of the opportunity to play Liverpool Premier League football. They'll be a team that I'm sort of quite excited to play against, not least because we'll be going home to play away.
Yeah.
And I think there's an awful lot of kind of mystique around City of Liverpool and FC community about what kind of challenges they'll bring to us and what kind of contribution they'll make towards Step 7 football in Liverpool. So yeah, they'll be enormous games. But that's a good full season, that one. I'm hoping that all of these teams stay the course, don't fold. But just want to finish in sort of 7th or above. Really, there's 16 teams there.
I wouldn't make a bet, but I wouldn't be surprised if City of Liverpool don't start the season or they fold.
Okay. We get 15 teams.
Listen, I've got no basis on. Listen, I don't want any team to go defunct.
No.
Anybody that puts in that hard work deserves to be rewarded, and it doesn't matter what you think. It's Paul Manning in it. Doesn't matter what you think of him.
Yeah.
He's put the hard yards in.
Yeah.
And he's put his money where his mouth is.
Well, he did. He certainly did for.
You can't keep
9
doing
years.
that.
No.
You can't just keep on doing that.
No.
So you've got to sort of give him a bit of respect for that.
He's still got a responsibility towards that club. Well, if he can't do it anymore, he's got to hand it over in as reasonably good a state as what he possibly can. But he's just stayed quiet, like everyone else on the social media at City of Liverpool. That sort of thing.
Listen, there's no doubt be other clubs that in Northwest Counties or step 5 or 6 that have gone under the radar that haven't fulfilled their financial duties towards players. We hear it, budget cuts. We know Ramsbottom had a budget cut. I'm not saying they left anybody, any of the players not without being paid, but there will be clubs out there that we don't hear about that didn't fulfil their financial obligations towards the end of the season. Because you know what, it's the same as anything, isn't it? If you're not performing particularly well, you could start off, you could be top of the table, 6 points clear by the end of September, drawing in crowds of 300 or 400, and turn of Christmas you've dropped down to 5th, 6th and out of the playoffs, and your crowds have gone down to 160 to 100 or something like that.
Yep.
You're back in financial jeopardy again, and you can't afford. You make promises to players that you can't afford. Listen, we go on about sustainability. I do particularly. I think what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a bit of common sense in non-league football, because I don't want to see football clubs going out of business.
No, we don't, particularly not
but
in the Northwest Counties.
Well, when you've got the likes of Flixton, and with this, we don't know what their kind of budget's going to be this season.
We assume it's going to be quite big, particularly given the noise coming out of Flixton.
Yeah. And you literally can't compete against that. That's it. And I will remind people time and time again that when we were competing against my last season at Skem, in my first stint as chairman, we were competing against Chester. We went sort of toe-to-toe, neck to neck with them until the very last day of the season. And we lost out on goal difference by just one goal. That was all it was. We could have been promoted automatically. We weren't. We lost in the playoffs to AFC Fylde, and you look at what's happened to both of them. They've gone on and they've done better things.
What might have been.
So yeah. Other than that, MSB reserves. You see them pretty much as MSB. Not MSB.
Walton.
South Liverpool reserves being a bit like MSB Walton reserves.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable to think that.
They're going to be middle of the road. They're not going to be
potentially.
They're not going to be winning anything.
Well, I mean, you never know. But you can.
So we're led to believe, because of the possible restructuring at the end of the season, the non-league system Step 6 will be increased from 17 to 24 teams. That means that the Northwest Counties divisions, which means that the Northwest Counties will be increased to another division, Central Division.
So we might be going up regardless.
Well, no, it's not as easy as that. I think when I spoke to Gary Langley, you'd still have to be top. You'd still have to be the 2 out of
top seven.
Top seven.
So
it's not easy. People say it's imperative that we get promoted next season to a degree. You can understand why they think that.
Mm-hmm.
I still maintain that just staying in business is the imperative.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so long ago that St Helens Town were the heavyweights in football in FC St Helens.
Yeah, they dropped down considerably, but
yes, they did.
Are they making a way back?
Yes, they are. Yeah, and it's worth remembering that they along with sort of teams like Lower Breck, and who else has sort of been down in the doldrums and then sort of had an enormous uprising. There's a couple of teams.
Well, there's quite a few of them, isn't there?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But equally, there's ones that have gone down, they've gone up. And then they come back down. Droylsden, another one, but they're on the way back up again.
God. Yeah.
Droylsden, National League, Premier Division.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
Step 3, wasn't it?
Step 3, yeah. Is it Step 3? No, it's Step 1, isn't it? National League.
Is it?
Yeah.
13. All right
then.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So, there we are, plenty to potter on.
Yeah, and listen, sorry about the lack of great content this week, but it's really, really difficult. Everybody's been going on about, listen, get the show back on air, it doesn't matter what you talk about, we'll just...
I mean, you say that, but I'm sure there are people who would be listening to this thinking, what the hell is this drivel?
Yeah, well listen, we've covered a few really serious subjects, but we've also established who we think are going to be the movers and shakers in the Northwest Counties. We'll probably take a look at National League's North, Northern Premier Division, Northern Premier
West.
Division West. We'll have a look at them next week.
Yeah.
And by that time, I think a few of the results in the early pre-season friendlies will have come to fruition, and we'll
be good.
Yeah, so we'll be able to report on those results.
Games to talk about, yeah.
Let's just let people know what's going on Saturday and Sunday. We want everybody to know, and we want everybody to get along to the get. I'm just trying to find it now. I can't bloody find the poster. There's the poster. Let's find the poster. Where we are. So, okay, it's been called the West Lancashire Charity Cup. It's supporting Derry House, the children's hospice. This will be held at the community stadium at Burscough on Saturday the 4th and Sunday the 5th. The first game on the Saturday will be between Burscough, Richmond and Exton Villa. That kick-off is at 3 o'clock. The later kick-off is 6 o'clock. It is the West Lancashire derby between Burscough and Skelmersdale United Football Club, like I say, 6 o'clock kick-off. Sunday, it will be the third and fourth place playoff, which will be a 1 o'clock kick-off, and the final event will be at 3 o'clock on Sunday. It's £6 entry for both games on one day, but if you endeavour to go to both, it's £10 for the whole weekend for both days for 4 games. That's great value for money. All the money that is raised on the gate and through various raffles and sponsorships will be going to Derry House. So get along there if you can. I'm looking forward to you. Amazing
looking festival of football. I'm going to try and be there.
Right.
I won't have a car. And apparently...
I can pick it up.
Let's see if I've got garden obligations first.
Garden obligations? You've got an obligation towards this.
I know. And I continue to... I endeavour towards that. I mean, I've brought in sponsors and money and other bits. Could end up bringing a manager in.
Yeah, listen,
anyway.
It's funny really, because we know England have won tonight, but somebody very, very close to us, we've just been talking about before, he said, bring Fukin Southgate back. Tuchel is one absolute fraud. Picking players ahead of other players has to be personal. Spence and, what's his name, Maduyuki?
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. Fucking shite, and leaving Trent and Palmer and Foden at home is criminal. Don't care if they didn't have a great season. Those players are better than the players he left at home. He said this about an hour ago when it looked as though
England might lose.
We might lose. So it'd be interesting to see what Barney thinks now. Oh, sorry, I've said Barney. So what's his... How do you pronounce...
Madueke.
Madueke. Yeah, listen. I'm struggling with pronunciation lately with players. But, I am on tramadol as well. That's my excuse.
Oh, God.
Anyway, listen, I think that rounds up the show for this week. It
does round up the first show of the third season.
Yeah. So we look forward to next week's show.
Yeah,
we might have a guest on next week's show.
Maybe.
We'll talk about that.
We'll
during the week, possibly.
We'll certainly have more to bring you. Including the outcome of the West Lancashire Trophy.
Yeah, the West Lancashire Trophy.
Absolutely.
And Skelmersdale United Football Club.
That's the one.
Champions.
Champions, aye.
Listen, we get 2 games out of the way.
We do.
Can't be bad, can it? Mm-mm. So listen, what have you learnt in the close season?
Freaking hell. Your word don't mean nout. Till you signed on the dotted line, I don't believe you.
I'll tell you what I've noticed more and more since this series started is your Yorkshire accent has come out more.
Only when I'm irritated by someone.
Yeah. Oh, are you irritated by me?
No, I'm irritated by players who don't turn up.
What did Brian Clough used to say?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he said I don't know. But
Brian Howard Clough.
Was that his middle name?
Yeah. Who do you think you are, Brian Howard Clough?
Yeah. Who do you think you are?
Oh, I don't know who I am.
Because you don't actually know who you are, do you?
No.
You've not discovered yourself yet, have you? Because you don't know whether to call yourself... You don't want to call yourself Alex.
Fucking hell, what's this term?
Alexander.
No.
What's your middle name?
John.
John?
Yeah.
Vegette?
Yeah.
Is there any other names you want to add to that?
No, not really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No? Okay. But AJ Vegette, I think it's got a rhyme to it anyway.
Yeah, no. I worked hard.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. So what
have you learned?
Well, yeah, I probably learned the same thing, really, is that... listen, you just don't know what's coming around the corner.
No. Could be either good or bad.
Yeah. Blows. But listen, we'll get there in the end.
Peaks and troughs.
I'm looking for peaks and troughs, but we'll get there in the end.
The season will be good.
So I'll leave the final words on the first show in the third season to the dulcet tones of AJ Vegette.
You've been listening to the Speaking Frankly Football Show with me, AJ Vegette, and my co-host, Mr. Frank Hughes. This podcast is available on streaming services wherever you get your podcasts, including Amazon and Spotify. Please rate and review, as we do thrive off hearing your feedback. Please also subscribe so you can find out firsthand when a new episode of the show has been released. We are also available on social media platforms, most prevalently Facebook and X, under the banner term Speaking Frankly Football Show. And so from myself and Frank, it is great to be back. We are so glad to be recording once again, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the show. Until then, bye-bye for now.